I'm Justin Meredith.
And I'm Ash Simmons. Today we're talking about being comfortable being uncomfortable. It's very much something that's spoken about in the military. Basically, you spend your life being uncomfortable, so it's just one of those get used to it type things. But there's a lot more positive connotations to it than what is initially sort of offered to you. It's just get used to it because that's the way life's going to be for the next period of time. But when you drill down deeper into it, there's a lot more to learn from it. You look at things like it takes putting yourself through hard times and hard work to get good at something. The harder you work at something, the better you get. And everyone knows that, whether you're studying, a sports person, a stay-at-home mother or father, it takes time to get good at every one of those roles that you show up in every day. So get used to being uncomfortable because you need to get better at something.
Completely agree with you. And I love this one, I have to say, because throughout my career, I've thrown myself in at the deep end in projects that in some cases, I don't even know where to go, how to start. But without kind of like over quoting somebody, Jocko Willink, who somebody both you and I have listened to in the past, has said, just step into it. And something I watched the other night was like, you don't know, you're setting off from point A to point B in the dark. You don't know the entire route lit up ahead of you. You've just got the headlights that are lighting up the next 50 meters or so. So you just keep going and you go 50 meters at a time and you keep going and going until you get there. And I think this kind of going in at the deep end, call it what you like, in at the deep end, sink or swim, imposter syndrome, is good because you're sharp. Your mind is sharp. You can tell I'm enjoying this, right? This is really like I'm geeking out to this one. But I think you embrace imposter syndrome because if you show up with the right attitude every day of like, no, I can do this, I can keep moving forward, then you start to create self-mastery. And before you know it,
that's right.
You're great.
Yeah. And I love imposter syndrome, and it could almost be a topic within itself.
Yeah.
But while we're sort of talking about it, I think, yes, be comfortable being the imposter. You should seek that feeling. If you are feeling like you're an imposter, then you've done something right and you've been put into a position, you've been promoted in your job. We're both jiu-jitsu fanatics, so you get promoted to the next belt. As soon as you get that promotion, you feel like an imposter.
Yeah.
But it's because of the hard work that you've been uncomfortable being. You've built that, and you're now into that position where you feel uncomfortable. You've done the right thing in it. You should reward yourself for feeling like that, not fear that feeling.
I think you've nailed it. And whenever you mention jiu-jitsu, it's a great metaphor for life, right? And you've got to reward yourself for doing well, right? You've got to be. It takes hard work to be good, and you've got to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back sometimes, and just say, "Hey, you know what? I did it."
Yeah, that's right. And you look in the context of the way that colleagues or teammates or family view you, by being comfortable being uncomfortable, they will look at you, and it will build your reputation, particularly in that work setting. Everyone gets stressed. Everyone goes through hard times at work where you have to prioritize being at work over your recreational time, your family time. You will be recognized and noticed that, okay, they're clearly uncomfortable, they're clearly stressed, and they're clearly overworked, but they're still being productive, they're still getting through it. And you hit that time where you hit that date where it has to be finally submitted, or you've got a contract that's due. You win that contract, and then you relax. You will be recognized, or you should be recognized by your bosses, by your superiors. So you were comfortable being uncomfortable. You produced, you got the job done. Well done. Your reputation is being built.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And yes, okay, there's those external forces and, being recognized. And that is really vital, like being, if we're not getting recognized, sometimes we feel, well, what's the point in doing it? But sometimes that internal validation is great as well. I mean, I remember some of the best projects that I kind of got across the line that I thought were basket cases that were never going to make it. And there's that feeling inside yourself of, hey, do you know what? I did that. That was me. Everybody else thought that was in a too hard basket. It was never going to make it out. But, we did it.
Yeah.
And what do you do in that instance? You increase your rate of personal growth.
Personal growth, yeah. Which nicely sort of dovetails into building your self-confidence
Yeah.
by looking at a basket case and realizing, oh, this is going to be hard. No one else wants it. I'm going to be uncomfortable doing this. All right, throw yourself in the deep end. Like we said, get it done, be successful. And at the end, you sit back and reflect and think, I did that.
I did that.
Everyone said it couldn't be done or nobody else wanted to do it, but I got it done. I got it over the line. We hit profit. We nailed all our margins. And now your self-confidence is built, and you know that next time when there's a garbage task that no one wants or the thing can't be done, that's when you can consider, oh, I know I can do those hard tasks. Maybe I'll do that. Goes back to reputation.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, something we talked about in the last video, but those positive feedback loops, right? You know what? It's hard, but I can do it. I've got the skills, and you keep going up and up, and you think, well, actually, nothing's that impossible for me. So in summary, we're saying, do it, right? Throw yourself in the deep end. Be uncomfortable. Don't expect to have all the answers.
Or be comfortable being uncomfortable. Seek it. You know that it's there. Go out, go through those hard times, and reap the rewards.
Excellent. Love it.
Nice.